Alright guys, welcome back. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to show you how to make grilled cheese the best way, at least the best way in my opinion. And to start with, you need a cast iron pan. And this is kind of just because I want to show this pan off. Also, this is a 12-inch or a number 12 Yeti pan. This is what my wife got me for Christmas. Thanks to Lady Quady behind the camera there. So Yeti purchased a company called Butter Pat Industries. Butter Pat was making these cast iron pans, basically identical to this. It was one of the top, if not the top, cast iron pan at the market on the market at the time. They did a couple different things. They obviously put their name in it right there. They put it on the helper handle, and then I don't know if they did it on the number 12 pans, but on the number 10 pans they lengthen the handle a little bit. And I've used this a couple times, as you guys can see, but it's smooth. These are smooth pans. It's not rough like your Lodge cast iron pans are. These are like, it's like the classic ones, and it's still heavy, but it's not as heavy as a Lodge pan would be. Anyways, this is, like, in my opinion, probably necessary for this. So for this style of grilled cheese. But we're gonna toss this on the stove here, getting that going, schmedium extra, and then we're also going to turn the oven on to 350, 400, whatever you guys want to do as far as the oven goes, but 350, and then we'll get this going. So I'm using sourdough, big old slices of sourdough here. I think that's a good way to make it, and you just need to put some butter on these guys because it's going to be a big old sandwich. And this is kind of why you need a big round pan, because you're going to lay them out like so. So we've got that. Got a little bit of butter left over from the last camping video. We used some of this Hatch chili butter. This is good stuff. And I need to actually warm this up a little bit so I can spread it on my buns there, my breads. Shablam. I don't know if we'll quite do that much. We're also going to put some of that in the pan. And we are going to put a little bit of extra stuff on this grilled cheese. Not just straight grilled cheese. We've got 3 different kinds of cheese, but we've got some green onions, so we'll cut some of the tips of these off and use those. I've got a jalapeno pepper here, and we've got some shroomies, some mini Bella shroomies. You can kind of put whatever you want on, like a lot of people will put some bacon and stuff like that on there, but we're going to keep it simple. I want this to be something that's simple that you guys can replicate very easily. Didn't need to go for 30 seconds on that, but something that you guys can easily do. Yeah, we definitely didn't need to leave it in there that long. Kind of screwed that up a little bit, but there's our butter.
You distracted.
Yeah, I got distracted. Why you guys distract me like that? Well, we're somewhat buttered. It's fine. We're going to put butter in the pan also. I suppose I can just do that now. Might need a little bit more of that. And grab another plate to chop up our veggies. So the missus and I disagree on what you're supposed to use off of these. I always just use the ends of this stuff, but technically this is the onion part. Like which side do you guys use? We'll use both. How about that? We'll use both. Cut off all the tips. We don't want the dirty tips in there. We're gonna chop these up pretty small. You don't need a ton of them. Just like so. That is gonna be enough of that. These don't look the healthiest. We want some green on there too. Bam. That's about all you need. I don't think we're going to need this whole jalapeno, but You can use fresh, you can use like pickled ones out of a jar. You don't have to use a jalapeno either. Don't want the tip, just want the good pieces. That's probably enough of that. We're going to try to chop those up a little bit more. And then same thing with the mushrooms. We don't need a ton of them. Just a little bit for the sandwich. That's probably good. Bam, we've got some veggies to throw on there, and that's actually probably about the perfect amount, maybe a little bit more than we needed, but that's fine. Okay. Look at that butter spread around in your pan. Try to cover the whole bottom of it. We're good to go on there. And we are going to take our bread and just stick both pieces butter side down right into the pan. You want to get them fairly close together there. Make sure they're touched. The onion's preheated. Onion. Next we'll go ahead and put our veggie mix on there. Get it all spread around nicely. Bam, bam. Good enough. Suppose you could saute your vegetables first if you really felt it was necessary. I don't think it's necessary. And then next we're going to add all of our cheeses. So I have some creamy mild cheddar. And what you want to do is completely cover this stuff up. You want to get cheese all up in the pan. And I'll show you why when we get done. So you can just bam, all up in that pan. You want cheese everywhere. These are extra creamy cheesies. We've also got some Italian. This has mozzarella, provolone, parmesan, asiago, and romano cheese. You definitely want the sizzle. There's a reason for that. You want cheese all around the edges. And then we are going to top it off with some habanero. Just a little bit of this stuff. Man, look at all that melty goodness in there. Okay, now you're going to let this go for a couple of minutes. You want that cheese to start like getting browned and crispy on the bottom of it, because that'll also tell you as your bottom of your sandwich is going to start getting crispy. And when you see that happen, we're going to toss it in the oven. While that's going, you can grab yourself a beverage of your choice. Crack it open. That's getting good and sizzling. Alright, I think that's about ready to go. You can see that it's starting to get browned up and crispy. The cheese on the edge is. That's what we're going for. So we're going to go ahead and take this guy, shove her in your preheated oven. We're going to give that 5 minutes. While that's going, you can stare into the abyss and ponder life.
Or clean up your dishes.
Shh, I'm feeling it over here. That looks good. Alright, we've had it in there for 5 minutes. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's hot. Bam. That's what you want. You want that crusty cheese. Shut that guy off. Need a spatula.
Get up in your nose hairs there. Your nose furs.
This can be a little bit difficult trying to get this to pop up. It might actually be easier if I had a little bit more butter in the pan, but there we go, look at that. Gotta get that all out. Bam, 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 bam. And flip it over. Bam, bam. And the best part of this is the crusty cheese. Bring it over here. Might have had that pan a little bit warm, but look at this guy. She says I'm supposed to use this and not a knife to cut it. Ooh.
Sure, everybody's used a spatula as a knife.
I suppose. It's hot. Look at that guy. And this is what I think is the best part. You get these guys. Crispy, crusty cheese bits. Oh, so good. This is the best part of it. All right. Perfection. I love the crispy cheese. And the melty bits inside, but the crispy cheese is great. Gives you that little bit of extra stuff. And then it is great with the veggies inside of there. You can obviously go without that, but try different cheeses and definitely make it in the pan like that. Ooey gooey and melty.
I think it would be good with diced tomatoes.
Maybe.
Give me a little bit with a fork. I'm not as messy with ooey gooey stuff as Crazy Quady is here.
You see that gooey? It's hot.
It's warm. As someone who's had them before, I have to say I like it with the jalapeno. But it's the first time he's added jalapeno.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm. It's tasty.
And if you use the big slices of sourdough, or any big slices like that, you can cut it in half and you only got to make one sandwich. You can share it and have it with a bowl of soup or whatever. But I fully believe that's the best way to make a grilled cheese. The crusty bits on the end, once again, are the best part. If you had a little bit of dipping sauce to go with it, if you like tomato soup, I'm not a huge fan of that stuff, but yeah. Give it a whirl, guys.
I do think some people like a little bit soggy grilled cheese.
Maybe.
This is not that. But if you like really crunchy grilled cheese, this one's for you.
And I did get a little bit crunchy on this one, but
It's good though.
it's very good. So yeah, this isn't a camping recipe because I don't have a big oven to stick a big pan like that in while I'm at camping. But I wanted to show you guys my grilled cheese recipe for when I'm at home. I do these more often than I probably should. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below how you like to make a grilled cheese. I know some people use mayonnaise on the outside. I have not tried that one yet, but maybe we'll give that a whirl. And yeah, we'll get back to camping for the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.